Hey, how y'all doing out there? Back at you again with another video. Today I'd like to do my review of the Asus ROG 2. Now, of course, I did an unboxing for this device maybe a couple weeks ago. Now I'm ready to do my review. Now, this phone, you could get it at Amazon or eBay. I got this for about $630, which is a great price for this device, especially because of all the things that it has. Of course, if you have Sprint or Verizon, you can't use it. It's only a GSM phone only. All right. So first, I want to get into all the things that I like. Then I'll get into all the things that I don't like, and then I'll get into some of the features. And I will try to make this as quickly as I can. All right. The first thing I like about this device is the price. Like I said, the price that I got for this, $630. Now, that's really a steal, especially for the features and all the things you get in the quality of this device. So the first thing I like is definitely the price. Next thing, the build quality. The build quality on this device is very good. I mean, it's solid. It's glass, Gorilla Glass 6. It's aluminum. Very solidly built. So I really like the build quality. Next thing, the design. I like the design of this device. It's very different. Now, some people may not like this design because it's not sleek and elegant, but you got to remember, this is a gaming phone. So it was not meant to be pretty, elegant, and sleek. It's a gaming phone. So it has more like a rugged type of look to it. You know, maybe more so for those that just really like gaming, whether it be male or female, because there are plenty of females that are into gaming as well. So I don't want to just say this is more like a man phone, but because it's not, even though it is a little heavy. But I like the design because it's very different. And I like that this lights up different colors. And then you have, of course, your vent here when you're playing graphic intensive games. So I do like the design of the device. May not be for everybody, but I like the design. All right, next thing I like is the always on display. Now, not my favorite always on display, but at least they have one. Okay, so I actually like this and I don't like it, but when I get into the things that I don't like, I'll tell you why I actually don't like the always on display. But I do like the fact that they have one. Okay, all right. Next thing, I like the size of the display, 6.59 inches. This is a big device. It's very tall. And like I said before, it got some good weight to it. So because I like big phones. I prefer large phones. Although I prefer it to be a little bit wider. Now I know for some that might be an issue, especially if you don't have large or extra large hands. Now I have medium to large hands, but I just like large devices. I don't have an issue with using it, using the device with both hands. It's not a big deal. But I do like the fact that it's 6.59 inches. So it's a big device and I like that. Next thing, once again, the display. Now this phone has an AMOLED display. So it has a beautiful display. Would I prefer Quad HD? Yes. Can I tell the difference? Yes. Some people may say it is no difference. I can't see the difference. I can tell the difference because most of my devices are all Quad HD. So I can tell the difference between just AMOLED and IPS, LCD, 1080. I can tell. But this is a beautiful display. So I don't have an issue really with the display overall. It is a nice display and I'm glad it's AMOLED because the blacks are going to be super black. And of course, the colors are going to be pretty vibrant. Next thing, the dual stereo speakers. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, the speakers on this device are incredible. They are so loud. And the thing about it, you have an outside mode up here in this toggle switch. Right here, outdoor mode, where these speakers get even louder. So let me let you hear real quick. Let me pull up something. My music I normally play for a sound test. All right. You can hear it for yourself. Now this is without the outside mode. I'll play that one after this. Now I'm gonna put on the outside mode and let you listen to that song again. Outdoor mode, I mean. Now keep in mind, when you put it on outdoor mode, the sound is not as full. It's a little more tinny, but it's super, super loud. Okay, so keep that in mind. So as you can see, it's definitely louder, but it's a little more tinny. You don't really get that full stereo sound when you use the outdoor mode. But if you're outside and you're in a noisy environment and you put this on outdoor mode, you're definitely going to hear these speakers. No doubt about it. So I love the speakers on this device, and they're front firing. You got a speaker up at the top here. See that little line up there? And you got one here at the bottom. And I love that because they're facing you and they're firing right at you. I love that. Okay. I think all dual stereo speakers should be front firing. I believe it should be like that on all devices. Not that if they don't both face frontward, they don't sound good, but just, you just prefer your speakers facing forward. If the top one can face you, the bottom one can face you. All right. All right. Next. The in-display fingerprint sensor. Now, this is a double-edged sword. I actually like this, but then I don't like it because, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll get into why I don't like it when I get to the things that I don't like. But I do like the fact that they have one on this device because they could have easily just put one on the back, but they put one under the display. And as you see, it's not horrible. You just got to put your finger on there and hold it. It's pretty fast. So I like the fact that they have an in-display fingerprint sensor. Okay. Next thing, the face unlock. Now, of course, I can't really show you this because I'm behind the camera, but I like the fact that it has facial unlock. You have some phones that come out, no facial unlock, but I like the fact that this actually has face unlock. So that's cool. But it's also one of the things I don't like either. So I'll get into that once I get into the things that I don't like. Next thing, software. The software experience on here. Now, this hasn't gotten updated to Android 10 yet, but I know that it will, but it just hasn't yet. But I have to say the software experience on this has been very, very good. It's very snappy and very smooth. It gets into things pretty quick. I'll tell you what, I'm going to close everything in the background so you'll see everything open from the get-go. Boom. I mean, just everything is just like instantaneous It's really, really fast. Just opens right up. See how fast everything, I mean, everything opens up blazing fast. Boom. I mean, it don't take no time whatsoever. And I don't have anything turned up or anything like that. I really don't. This is just normal. Just everything boots up so fast. Now this one I want to show you a thing up here. That's why it didn't come in faster. But if I go back, you'll see that still opens fast. Google Maps. See, everything is just instantaneous. Everything just pops right open. So you're not gonna have an issue with the software. Okay? No lag whatsoever. You're not gonna have any lag on this device. Okay? No lag at all. So the software experience is very, very good on this device. I have no issues with the software. Next thing, this device has a 90 hertz and 120 hertz refresh rate. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all about this refresh rate thing. Sometimes I just think it's a little overblown. I mean, don't get me wrong. When you're scrolling, it's buttery smooth and it's fast. But for the most part, that's the only time you're really going to feel that difference is when you're scrolling. Other than that, I mean, just in my experience, it's not too big of a deal between 60 hertz and 90 hertz. I mean, 60 hertz and 120 hertz. Now, this has 90 hertz and 120 hertz refresh rate. And you could also drop it all the way back down to 60, which is nice. I mean, there's no other device on the market right now that has that, all three that I know of, 60, 90, and 120, except maybe the Razer phone. That's probably the only other device I would say that has all three of those. But to me, besides scrolling, you're really not going to tell the difference. Not, at least I can't. Maybe it's just me. But I do like the fact that they do have it. Now, maybe it helps more so when you're playing games. But for me, it's just not that big of a deal because my Note 10 doesn't have 90 or 120, and it's super fast and it's smooth, especially now that it has Android 10. Now it's like almost on iPhone level for smoothness and speed. I mean, it was always fast, but it's just even smoother. iPhone just got them by a hair, but they right on their heels for smoothness now. But I do like the fact that they have 90 hertz and 120 hertz refresh rate. And of course, you could take it all the way down to 60. Now, some people will say, well, I don't want to use 120 because it'll kill the battery. Remember, this phone has a 6,000 milliamp battery, which brings me to the next thing I like about this device. 6,000 milliamp battery. The battery in this phone is huge. I mean, this is the biggest battery that I have in any device. Now, the biggest I had prior was my Honor Note 10, and that had a 5,000 milliamp battery. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, my Honor Note 10 is actually a bigger device than this. It's taller and it's wider, but it's not as heavy as this one. This is the heaviest phone that I've ever used, ever. But I love the fact that it has that beast battery because that battery right there is no joke. 6,000 milliamps. You'll love that. Now, the next thing I like about, since we're on the battery, let me go back to the battery. Now, with the battery life, I've gotten, on average, you're going to get 2 days. And I'm not saying just 2 days. I'm talking 2 days of heavy usage. Now, I'm being serious, y'all. 2 days. Now, I'm talking about I use this phone heavy, like I'm on YouTube all day. I'm streaming videos. I'm surfing the net, text messages. Let me see. Just the norm like you would normally do. I mean, I just use it really heavy. I'll leave the screen on for like an hours at a time just because I want to look at the screen. I'll just leave the screen on. So I have not been able to kill this battery in a day. No way. No. Usually at the end of a day, and I'm using it heavy, I got like anywhere between 70 to 65% battery left. And I'm trying to kill it and can't kill it. Not even close. So 2 days of heavy usage that means playing games as well. Now, I'm not a gamer now. I'm not. I'm just not a gamer. I don't play games on phone. But even if you do, now, the only way you would probably drain this in a day, you got to be gaming like all day long. Maybe you be able to kill it. Now, I haven't tested it with playing games all day because, like I said, I don't really play games like that. But 2 days of heavy usage, no problem. Light to moderate, 3 days. That's a fact. So the battery on here is a beast. I love it. Okay. Now the gaming experience on here is great as well. Let me show you a quick video I made when I was playing a game on here. Let me see if I can find it. All right. Screen record. There we go. I'll let you check this out. And you can hear those speakers too. This is what it's going to look like when you're playing it. So you're going to love these speakers along with gameplay. Now, I think I forgot to turn that outdoor mode thing off. Oh, no, I took it off. Okay. So basically, you're going to have a really good, enjoyable gaming experience on this device. Speakers are super loud. They sound good. Maybe more of a person that's more of a gamer would see if they drop frames and all that stuff. I didn't see any of that. It just looks nice and smooth, buttery smooth to me. So I love the gaming thing. Now, this is made for gaming. So that should be, really good. And it is. Next thing I like is the cameras. Now, that's a double-edged sword too, because I do like the cameras, but then there's a part that I don't like about the cameras. And I'll tell you about the stuff about the cameras I don't like when I get to the things that I don't like. But the cameras on here are pretty good. Let me show you some photos. Alrighty. Nice. I mean, this is a gaming phone now. This is not a Samsung phone. It's not Pixel and all that, but the camera's not bad at all. Not bad at all. I like them. Picture of my baby. All right. Now, I didn't take these in full view, but I took these at my job. I like the way they look. And this is a ultra wide. That's a little more close. That's wide. Now this is at night. Look at this. This camera also has night mode. This area was very dark when I took this picture, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Not bad at all. This one too, very dark environment. Also, this one's pretty dark, and it lights up everything pretty well. Keep in mind, this is not a Pixel camera or LG or those top tier phones, but not bad, especially for this price point. So I like the cameras. All right. Of course, you got slow-mo and all that stuff. All right. Next thing I like is the sound quality with the headphones. Now, even though you didn't get any headphones in the box, when I use my headphones, because this has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, Samsung, Pixel, iPhone, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. This has that. I like that. And the sound quality through the headphones are very, very good. I also like the fact that this has the Snapdragon 855. Now, that's not the biggest deal in the world, but it is the latest and greatest right now. But you're not going to notice that much of a difference between the 855 and 855 Plus. You're just not. You're going to get good speeds on either. Now, maybe the 855 Plus may be more efficient as far as battery life. It may be more efficient in that case. I don't know. But to me, not a big deal. But I do like the fact that it's on here, especially for a phone of this price point. So I like that. And the last thing I like about this device is the features. Now, this phone has a lot of good features. Now, it's not Samsung feature. Like, it don't have as many features as Samsung, not even close. But it has some really nice features. Now, some people don't like a bunch of features and options, but I do, because I like to have fun with my phone. And if I have a phone that I can't have fun with, there's no point in even having it. That's why, for me, stock Android is cool, but it's boring. There's no features, not a lot of options, and it's just boring. Honestly, seriously, it just is. That's why I don't like stock Android. I want a phone that I could constantly change this, change that. I want them options. I want to be able to play with it. I want to be able to just go in there, and anytime I want to change something, I could change it. Or maybe this feature I want to try, and that feature I want to try. I could just constantly be changing. Like my Note 10 Plus, I love that phone so much because I'm always having fun with it, because I'm always tweaking this and tweaking that, changing this, adjusting this. Then I'm finding out more and more things about the phone because it's so loaded with features. I love that. I feel like I'm getting my money's worth. And at the end of the day, that's what you want. You're going to spend your hard-earned money. You want to feel like you're getting your money's worth. You don't want to get something that's super boring and dry and it barely has anything you could change. Like, that's, in my opinion, that's just, to me, a waste of money, but everybody's different. Some people like the iOS being so simple, and for, Pixels for being so simple. But give me options any day over that. That's just my opinion. But features on here, I like them. Okay, and I'll get into those features once, I get to the end, after I talk about the things that I don't like. And I'll try to do that as quickly as I can. So I didn't want this video to be too long. But sometimes time just gets away from you. All right, let me get into all the things that I don't like. First thing I don't like about the device, it's a little on the heavy side. Now, it has some good weight to it, don't get me wrong, because it's made of premium materials, it's made very solidly, but it's just a little bit too heavy. You can literally get, arm or hand fatigue holding this device for a long time because it is heavy. It's the heaviest device I've ever had. So for me, it's just a bit too heavy. Next thing, the always-on display. The always-on display, like I said, I'm glad that they have one, but it's very limited in its functionality. It doesn't show you any notifications. You can't put a picture on it. You can't control your media. I mean, it's just nothing but a clock and your battery percentage and the date. That's it. So I don't like that. Okay, if you're going to give me an always-on display, at least give me a little bit more than just that. I mean, give me at least, let me see my notifications. Now, I don't have to control my media. I don't have to put a picture, but at least let me see my notifications. Okay? So that's one thing I don't like. And also, when you go into the settings, they only give you 2 more different choices for a clock. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But that's the second thing I don't like. Next thing, no expandable memory. Now, this phone does come with 128 gigs of internal memory, but you cannot expand the storage. Now, if you want more storage, you'll have to get the other variants. They have one 256, one with 512, and the last one, 1 terabyte of storage. And the one with 1 terabyte, I think that's just a little over $1,000. So if you want more storage, you'll have to pay for it. So I don't like the fact that it doesn't have expandable memory. Now, the reason why I got such a problem with that is because you have $200 devices that have expandable memory. And this was over $600 device, no expandable memory. So I don't like that. Next thing, no wireless charging. Now, like I said before, $200 devices, wireless charging, and expandable memory. This should have wireless charging, even though it will probably take 6 to 8 hours to fully charge the battery on a wireless charger. But still, it's a convenience, and once you pay over $500-$600, they should put that on there and give you the option to use it or not. I know it's a 6,000 milliamp battery, but it should have wireless charging. I don't like that. Now, the next thing I don't like, now this is a big deal, and I don't know why this is. Maybe my unit's kind of messed up, but I cannot use my YouTube app outside of my Wi-Fi. And I don't like that at all, because as soon as I leave my home and I'm going to work, I can't look at YouTube anymore unless I use the internet browser. So that's not cool. I don't like that. I don't know what the problem is, but I don't like that. This next thing is a big deal too. For some odd reason, I cannot shoot any video on this device. Every time I go into video and try to shoot a video, it says video error. And I'm going to show you. See? I'm going to go right to video. Is that video? Yep, it's on video. Now I'm going to press the button. See? Video recording failed. It doesn't even work. And I've restarted it. I tried whatever I could, but it just does not record video. I don't like that. And this definitely is going back. Most definitely. So I can't even tell you if the video's stable or not. I can't show you the slow motion. I can't show you anything because it doesn't work. No matter what I do, it keeps saying video recording fail. All right, next thing. The display lacks brightness. Now, I had to turn it down for the video because I didn't want it to be too bright, but it doesn't get that bright, honestly. I mean, it's bright inside and you're dealing with less light, but outside, it doesn't really get that bright, honestly. It could use to be a lot brighter. So I don't like the fact that it lacks brightness. Next thing, no Quad HD. Like I said before, I could tell the difference between a 1080p AMOLED and a Quad HD AMOLED. I could tell the difference. So I don't like the fact that it doesn't have Quad HD. Next thing, they give you a 30-watt charging brick in the box. But I'm going to tell you right now, that 30 watts is just numbers. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, it took over maybe an hour and almost 15 minutes just to get to 50%. Now, I know it's a large battery, don't get me wrong. But I have an Honor Note 10 with a 5,000 milliamp battery that charges faster than this. On that 30 minutes, I'm at 50%. And that's a 5,000 milliamp battery. Only 1,000 milliamps less. But that's supercharging. That 30-watt fast charging on here is just numbers. This is going to take you at least 2.5 hours to fully charge this device. So I don't like that. For something with 6,000 milliamps, you need a 45-watt charger. And it has to be really 45 watts. That 30-watt charging is a joke, okay? So it's really not fast charging in my opinion. Next thing, the front-facing camera quality is trash. Sorry to be harsh. Sorry to say that, but it's just the truth. It's bad. It's horrible. I mean, seriously, it looks really, really bad. And I'm not going to... The selfie that I did take of myself, I had to delete that because it looked so bad. So the front-facing camera is absolute garbage. Okay? And the next and final thing that I don't like No headphones in the box. Now, why would you give me a headphone jack with good stereo speakers, good stereo quality, and no headphones? Like, I don't understand that. I just don't get that. I'm not understanding that at all. Give me some headphones. They don't have to be expensive headphones, but definitely give me some headphones. It's not cool. So that's the very last thing that I don't like. So let me get into the features really, really fast as I can. All right, go into settings. Alrighty. First thing we'll get into, let me see, we'll go into sound and vibrations. So up here, as you can see, you got your ringtone notifications, your alarm volume, media volume, call volume, sync volumes, meaning sync ringtones, notification volumes, your smart volume, meaning here that adjust the volume of incoming call ringtone and media playback based on background noise levels. So that's cool if you need that, if you need it to be adjusted. Outdoor mode, which I showed you before. Audio wizard, I got that on normal. Now this one is kind of cool. See, you got to pick custom sound, normal sound, pop, rock, and vocal. Now I got it on normal, but it's nice that you get, it's basically an equalizer. So that's kind of cool. Next thing, you got your do not disturb, of course. Shortcut to prevent ringing. I got it set for vibrate. Phone ringtone, alarm sound, notification sound, dial pad tones, screen locking sounds, charging sounds, touch sounds, startup sounds, vibration. You could change the intensity of the vibration. Now, this one is really different. I've never seen that like this. Vibration pattern. Look at all of these options. Now, I've never seen a phone that had vibration patterns, which you could basically change the way it vibrates, the way it feels when it vibrates. All of these options. Look at that. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 different vibration modes that you can change. Now, I did test this a little bit, and it's kind of cool that you could have it just vibrate differently. I like that. Okay. Yeah, that's something you might want to check out. And of course, the vibration intensity on here is really, really good. It has a very strong haptic feedback vibration motor. It's very, very good. All right, next thing. You got your, okay, we already did that. Going to the next thing. Let's go into battery. And when you get in the battery, as you can see here, 57%. You got your Power Master. Now, it says up here, apps are running normally. Okay. And if you hit these three, show full device usage, you can get even more information. Okay. All right. So Power Master basically is you get all these different options. As you can see, auto start manager, battery modes, battery saving options, and battery care. And then you can scan right here to make sure your battery is running at peak efficiency. Up here, you got set a shorter time before screen goes off. Current is 600 seconds, which I think is 10 minutes. You have something on here that says stop unnecessary apps from running into the background. You could prevent apps from auto starting and location service enabled. So you got some choices when it comes to battery. All right. Auto start. These are all your apps that can start automatically. You could adjust that, of course. Okay, let me go into battery modes. You got X mode, which is for a smoother gaming experience right up here, X mode. So it'll give you a smoother gaming experience. You have energy saver, you have your balance, you have your power saving and your super saving. You could switch by battery level. Switch by battery level. And you have your switch by schedule. So this is cool. Switch to a super saving when battery is lower than 10%. So it automatically go to super saving mode. And here you could switch it to super saving mode by 11 p.m. I got it set from 11 to 5 a.m. So it'll automatically use less battery between those times. So if you don't want to charge it overnight, you could just set it for a setting where it won't basically use no battery. Okay. All right. Here you got stop battery saving options. Excuse me. You got stop unnecessary apps, detect battery draining apps, clean up and suspend, auto deny apps from auto starting, low battery notifications. So they give you a lot of choices when it comes to the battery. Okay, we already did that. And you got battery care. So right now it's telling me my battery is good. Okay. And you could put on battery care. You could turn that on and adjust this time down here. I got it set for 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. But I'll turn that off right now. So that's a lot of options you have with the battery. Battery optimization. You go in there. You can optimize every single thing you have. You press there, all apps. So now all apps is going to be optimized. And that's good. That's going to save you battery. Adaptive battery. Of course, adaptive battery basically means to extend battery life. Adaptive battery limits battery for infrequent used apps. For your phone will learn how to use apps over time. So basically, there's going to be apps on everybody's phone that they have that they don't use that much. But then if you don't use them that much, it'll automatically put those apps to sleep, which will save you battery. Okay. Detect, you have a thing here where you could detect, the phone can detect battery draining apps. I have that turned on. You got your battery percentage, which you see up there in the corner. It tells you how long on the screen usage time, screen on time, 3 hours, 45 minutes. And then this will basically show you all the apps that are basically using up the most battery. All right, let's get to display. With display, I have the brightness at 68%. You do have your adaptive brightness, meaning you put that on, it'll adjust to the available light. You have the night light, which helps you, it dims like a blue light filter, basically. In here with the display, you got, I got it on splendid, but you could also use it on color mode, and you could saturate it even more. You can make a little adjustments to that, but I got it on splendid. I wanted to see the screen at its most beautiful. Smart screen on, you can extend the screen on time while you're looking at it. So basically, as long as you're looking at the phone, then the screen will stay on. I got my display set to sleep in 10 minutes because like I said, when I have a really nice display, I like to look at it. That's just me. You got auto rotate where you turn the screen this way, it's going to auto rotate automatically. And I think every smartphone, especially in 2020, should be able to do this. I like that. Something that Apple doesn't do for some reason on their home screen. I don't know if you could do it after you come off the home screen, but I know on the home screen you cannot rotate the screen at all on the iPhone 11 Pro Max. You cannot. And that's one of the things I didn't like about that phone. All right, system color theme. I got it on dark theme, but you could turn it and put it on light. Now, I don't use this because it kind of messes with my eyes, so I prefer it on dark mode, but to each his own. And dark mode is also going to save you battery, okay? Now here you got your refresh rate, which I talked about earlier. See here you got 60 hertz, 90 hertz, and 120 hertz. Now I'm going to be honest with you. This phone performed the same in all three modes. I thought it was going to be a big difference between the three, but in my experience, it's not. They performed the same. The phone performed the same in all